Hi, I'm Portuguese. So, there's been discussion around Artisan once again. Artisan, for the ones of you that don't know, was a skill suggestion from 2.5 years ago that essentially boils down to being the equivalent of Slayer tasks but for skilling. Instead of go kill 200 greater demons, it would be go mine 200 mithril. In the original poll and developer blog, I believe they were trying to be overly ambitious with a skill that has a very basic premise. I believe they tried to add a bunch of new items that honestly didn't feel like they would have much use and that they might have been dead content upon release. I think that's one of the reasons why the skill wasn't as popular as it could have been back then. Now, I think the major pro you can get out of Artisan, it's the ability to have a skill that's truly diverse, that has a lot of variety. In old school RuneScape, pretty much all skills boil down to 3 methods. There are some variations of these methods, but they usually boil down to the slow method that provides the best money per hour, the method that offers the best experience rates but doesn't offer much money, and something somewhere in between that's usually slightly AFK. With fishing, for example, the fast experience, we have barbarian fishing. The slow experience but good money, we have sharks, dark crabs. And then in the middle, we have something like monkfish. Now, with my Artisan suggestion, you could make anywhere between 30 to 80 different possible tasks per skill. The way you go about doing that is making so you can be assigned anything at any level. So let's say you are level 90 fishing and 80 something Artisan, you can still get assigned a task such as go fish 300 shrimp. Now that seems very dull, but here's where my idea kicks in. You flatline the experience rates across all tasks. So even a task as low as fishing shrimp will still net you the same amount of experience per hour as, say, monkfish. You make every single task have the same or similar amounts of experience as a good method to train that skill, but not the best experience rates in the game, by offering experience bonus. So in this example, you either get more experience per shrimp every time you fish a shrimp, or at the end of a task, you get an experience bonus to match the experience per hour you would get, in this case, in comparison, that you would get by fishing monkfish. Now with this idea, it would be a good opportunity to make low, medium, and high level content all viable, and popularize areas in the game that are currently dead and have no one in them. Obviously, if you were to get a task that's a high skilling method, the bonus experience you get from that task would be much lower than it would be if you got shrimp. That is, so the experience rates never go way too high or way too low. So pretty much everything you do is worth your time experience-wise. This way you capture the interest of both casual and efficient players without jeopardizing the variety that the skill offers. As for the actual Artisan experience you'll be getting, just like Slayer, it should be a somewhat slow skill. So by the time you get the high enough level in Artisan, by proxy, you've leveled up a bunch of other skills. As far as rewards go, there were some interesting ideas in the Reddit thread from 2 days ago. I'll leave a link in the description. But I honestly don't think you really need much. All you need is some perks. For example, while on a woodcutting task, you get a higher chance of getting a bird's nest. While on a mining task, you get a higher chance of getting gems. Maybe while on an Artisan task, you get a higher chance of getting the respective pet of the skill you're training. While you're training agility, you get an extra mark of grace every time. And you can get marks of grace on any agility course while you're training Artisan. If you're training agility, for example, in the Brimhaven agility arena, whenever you tag a pole, you get an extra ticket. Small incentives like that, I think, are just enough. You could make it pretty much just like Slayer. Every task you complete, you'll get reward points that you can use on a reward shop. You can use the points to cancel a task, etc. If you want to get a little bit too crazy, there could be a rare chance that you can gain a piece of a totem, similar to the dark totems from Zeah Catacombs. And if you have 3 pieces, you can go to a guy, he'll combine them for you. He does a little animation, a puff of smoke in shape of a woodcutting icon would appear, and you'll have yourself a woodcutting totem. And when you have that equipped or on your inventory, you have a higher chance of getting assigned a woodcutting task. To further add to the variety, you can make location-specific tasks, such as go cut 250 magic logs in Caterby or go cut them at the woodcutting guild, or go cut them near Letia. Now with this specific example with magic trees, you could tweak the experience rates so that a task that requires you to have a bunch of quests done and a task that where the trees are far away from a bank have slightly better experience per hours than the alternatives. You can have different artisan masters. You can start off with one that will never assign you anything in the wilderness to cater to Ultimate Iron Man, Hardcore Iron Man, skillers that don't train combat. You can have an artisan master that gives you combination tasks that are much longer than your average task but provide better experience per hour, such as cut 1,000 new logs in Remington and burn the logs or fletch them, or make 50 adamant plate legs from scratch in the wilderness. There's a lot you can do with this idea without adding anything new to the game. You can just use what already exists. So yeah, this is a discussion and ideas I believe are worth having, even if nothing immediately comes from them. So just something I wanted to get off my chest. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.